So the GOP is looking to win back the Senate, and they have two more special elections going off with Senator Perdue and Senator Kelly Loeffler. And the drama in the GOP now is a lot of people want to stop the steal and get President Trump a fair election, but it seems like the GOP just doesn't want to do anything. They demand our vote, and then when we ask them for a fair election, all of a sudden that's too much to ask for. To make it even crazier, here's Senator Perdue basically saying that it seems like he would rather work with Joe Biden than Donald Trump.
Buffer on some of the things that the Biden camp has been talking about in terms of their foreign policy. I believe, Norm, and you and I have talked about this privately, is that we have the potential, if we have a Senate majority in the Senate on the Republican side, that Mitch McConnell could indeed negotiate with Biden in a way that we haven't seen in 2 or 3 administrations. I think if we keep these 2 seats, we have an opportunity to do something that maybe we lost in the last administration between Pelosi and Trump. That was just a bridge too far to think that we were going to get them to negotiate. But here we have Biden and McConnell, who are ex-colleagues in the Senate, who are known negotiators, who, if Biden can get away from this extreme part of his party, he might make some deals.
Okay, so you're trying to win an election. Obviously, most of the Republican voters in Georgia love President Trump way more than they like Senator Perdue or Loeffler, and you're already having trouble getting these people to vote for you. And then you come out and basically say that you're going to get more done with a Biden presidency because Biden and McConnell will get along, when the whole reason the GOP is surging under Trump is because he doesn't act like an establishment politician, and we don't want a romantic friendship between Nancy Pelosi and the Republicans that are supposed to stand up for the country. And then he goes out and says this is how little these people care. We finally held their feet to the fire. We finally said, you know what? We don't want to vote Republican. This year, you guys locked down the country, did nothing to support the president, basically. He's carried you guys across the finish line, rallied for you, gotten you elected, and then all we ask is a fair election. We don't want you to overturn the election results. We just want audits, signature ballots, looking into very sketchy stuff with USB cards, ballots under tables, to affidavits. I mean, I could go on, but we want a fair election. That's literally it. And when people like Lynn Wood just basically say,
"Where's Kelly Loeffler here? Where's David Perdue? He ought to be standing right here. Those 2 people want your vote, then they ought to tell you what we're telling Brian Kemp. Get a special session of the legislature now. Do not be fooled twice. This is Georgia. We ain't dumb."
We're done getting virtually nothing in return. How about we hold your feet to the fire and say, you know what? Do something for us, and then the people of Georgia will probably vote for you more. They say, oh my God, that's so bad. How dare Lynn Wood say that? No, you have to vote for the Republicans. And then you have somebody like Perdue come out and basically say, yeah, we're going to get more done with Biden anyway. We haven't been able to work like that for years. Dude, just pretend to like President Trump for a little bit. They can't even pretend. The betrayal is just out in the open. They don't even need to hide it anymore. And at least Joe Biden has some weird mental things going on. I'm not sure what Perdue's excuse was, but if you noticed, he says, well, I said this privately.
Norm, and you and I have talked about this privately, is that...
Yeah, I'm sure you did say it privately. You probably shouldn't have said it publicly, but we appreciate the honesty. But this is where we're at right now. We have a banana republic. The Republican Party's a joke. The Democratic Party is straight up evil, and President Trump seems to be the king of the circus, although, like I pointed out in a few videos, he seems more interested in rushing Operation Warp Speed vaccines into existence than he really does combating the lockdown or rallying our country to end them. What a wild situation. Let me know what you think in the comments. And for me, I don't live in Georgia, so I'm not voting, but if I was in Georgia, I would vote Republican because I understand, unfortunately, the Democrats are worse, and anytime they get into power, they just strip your freedom immediately. If you look at Democrat governors and Democrat mayors, it's not a place you want to live right now. If you look at Republican mayors and Republican governors, it is slightly better with the lockdown, so I would vote even though I'm frustrated with them. But what I've been saying and what millions of people in the Trump movement finally get, and there does seem to be an awakening, which is this isn't cutting it anymore, okay? Maybe you could have the special election. We'll see how the people of Georgia feel, but you're supposed to earn their vote. They want a fair election for President Trump. They came out by the millions and tens of millions to vote for President Trump, and all they ask is for a fair election. And you're on some sort of Skype or Zoom meeting, essentially saying, well, you know, we're going to get a lot done with Biden. We haven't been able to get it done with Trump, which is going to tick people off. Of course, people want you to stop the steal. You're not doing that. You're talking about Trump. At a certain point, it's such a slap in the face. They think they just deserve your vote. And it's the same with the Democratic Party. People like Garcetti, Newsom, Murphy, Cuomo, they're like, what are you you going to do? Vote for Republicans? So this is the two-party circus finally exposing itself this year, and the lesser of two evils just isn't cutting it anymore. And we're going to make sure after the special election, we're not going to be putting up with it anymore, and the fire has been lit under the patriots and the liberty fighters in this country. And I fully expect next year, regardless if Trump or Biden pulls it off, and regardless which way the Senate goes, I expect there to be a bigger movement of resistance against these tyrannical lockdowns and two-party joke of a system than we've seen in a long time. Have a good one. I'm going to be back with more videos soon. If you'd like to support me, here's 2 quick ways. StayInTouchWithMe.com. It's my free email list, and I would love if you signed up. For censorship reasons, it's very good to have your email. And Patreon.com/RareTalk. I answer all messages there, so thank you to everybody who signed up. I look forward to answering your messages, and if you reach a certain tier, there's a Skype call with me. I did a few last week. Thank you. Have a good one. I'll be back soon.